Yes, yes. Now, usually I pride myself on not requiring notes, but I am losing my voice, and I've not had a full glass of wine, so I'm going to use my notes. All right, so welcome to the Mixer, everyone. This is the inaugural gathering. This won't be the last. I mean, these organizations represented in this room, some date back as far as 30 years, from coast to coast. And so this is our first opportunity, lightning in a bottle. Urban Land Institute's fall meeting is here in Los Angeles. A couple of the organizations got together and said, we have to activate. And so, Madam Mayor, I love to say that just because our mayor is the first woman, second African American, which makes her the first Black woman. Yes. So just a little bit about who's in the room, Madam Mayor. Yes. All right, so the National Black Commercial Real Estate Consortium is a network of CRE organizations dedicated to bringing together our members to generate economic development in our communities and advancement in the industry. So, Madam Mayor, when you were with us earlier this year at our breakfast, and thank you, we're eternally grateful, you gave us a charge, a call to action. You said to us, I need this organization behind me. You're the mayor of the mayors. Not only did we hear you, we brought our cousins. Oh, we brought family. This is kinfolk in the room. And so what you really see here, commercial real estate, is improving the representation, but this is epic for those of us that have been in the industry for over 30 years. I can point you out right now, but I won't. We've never seen this level of activation, and a lot of this is around housing. It's just created tons of opportunities for people of color, and so that's what you see. We've got a robust next generation that's coming, and we're excited. So really quick, I'm just going to shout out the organizations in the room. One is Project REAP, Real Estate Associates Program. Under the direction of a new opponent. Awesome. Project REAP, raise your hand. REAP alum, Reapers. Awesome, coming from coast to coast. The second is the AAREP, AAREP DC and AAREP LA, two of the chapters are co-sponsors of this event, but we've got about a dozen chapters in most major markets around the country. I think I'll share with you. We've got folks, if you're a member of an AAREP chapter around the country or leadership, please raise your hand. Lots of cross-pollination. Thank you all. Black Developers Forum. While we've got leadership, Kim Pipkin of Black Developers Forum, we've also got plenty of Black developers. If you're a Black developer, I see Trailblazer Daryl Carter. There you are. I'm sure there's many other Trailblazers in the room. If you're a Black developer, Black investor, Black investment manager, you're with an institution, you are managing director of a fund that also is accretive to what we're doing here in our communities around the country, please raise your hand. Got it. And then the Urban Land Institute. Listen, I just want to say we've got our global board chair here, Diane Hoskins. Super excited. What this represents, the Urban Land Institute has been super collaborative with us over the past couple of years, particularly recently around this LA fall meeting. And so AAREP in particular, we've done tours, we've given panels, we've done just a lot of collaboration. And so we're just delighted about the partnership, so thank you. Thank you. Okay, so I am going to, the next voice you're going to hear is our illustrious mayor. But I just want you to know, again, we're the intersection of the commercial real estate industry in our communities, our Black communities, our communities of color around the country. Every discipline, every sector, every asset class beyond housing, office, industrial, retail is represented in this room. We almost, listen, this room is almost self-sustaining. We can do a deal right now. I guarantee you. I guarantee you a deal's going to be done. So I'm going to get out of the way. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our illustrious mayor of the City of Angels.
Good evening, and for those of you who are not from LA, welcome to LA. And I think it's wonderful that you chose this restaurant here, Fixin's, because Fixin's is happening. I know you've seen that already. And I hope our owner, KJ Johnson, is around. All right, there he is. He's Mr. Mayor, too. I met him in Sacramento when I was in the state legislature. And not only was he a business leader there, but I watched him transform inner city Sacramento. And so I was so excited when he decided to be in both places and be here. And every time I have folks come from out of town, I always come here. So thank you so much for being here and supporting his efforts. Let me also just thank you for the work that you do day in and day out. And commercial real estate, I know right now, is an industry that has some challenges. And I certainly know those challenges are really big here in downtown LA. And so I just want you to know that obviously I said to you the last time, dealing with the fact that we have 46,000 people on the street is the number one issue. It has to be. I said 46,000, that's right. And 30% of them look like you. And we only 8% of the population. But key to that, to me, is making sure that we have a strong economy and a strong and vibrant business sector. And so to me, that is key to deal with the fact that LA has become very unaffordable. And I bet a lot of the cities that you come from are also experiencing the same thing, where the cost of housing and the cost of living is so high that you live in an area and might have to drive a couple of hours to go into work. And we want to address that in LA, which is why doing everything I can to making sure that our business sector is thriving is a key agenda item in my administration. Doing business in LA is challenging. I hear that from the business community all the time. I certainly hear it from the commercial real estate industry as well, trying to get permits and licenses and going through the bureaucratic maze. But I want you to know that we are tackling that. My deputy mayor for housing, I saw her when I came in. You guys gave me such a fabulous welcome. I really appreciated that. But Jenna Hornstock, I'm sure she'll wave her hand, but she's the deputy mayor for housing. And we obviously want to look at commercial real estate and see, because we know that work has fundamentally changed, right? You know, with remote work, I mean, COVID might not be the emergency that it was a couple of years ago, but it's left us with some structural changes that I know is a challenge here, and I imagine is in a lot of your cities. And so one of the things that we want to look to in my administration is adaptive reuse. Maybe there's some of the commercial businesses that could be converted to mixed use. So we want to look at that, and we want to look at every opportunity to make sure that your businesses are strong and our people are housed. And so I asked you to work with me at the breakfast, and I'm very, very grateful. As I was walking through, my friend and collaborator over here that I've known for decades, Cherie Franklin, was introducing me, and you need to talk to that person, and that person can do this, and that person can do that. My head is spinning, but I know that she will follow up and tell me who we can follow up with. But I just want to say I'm very, very grateful that you all are here, that you're here in LA, the work that you do, and I really do want to build a deep partnership with you, because there's no way in the world that elected officials can do this alone. I feel good that we have aligned every sector of government. We have Washington on board, we have Sacramento on board, the city and the county are not fighting each other, we are cooperating. And I'll give you an example of it. There was a huge encampment underneath the freeway on Venice Boulevard by the 405. That encampment had been there for years. It was the source of all kinds of problems. But the reason why they weren't able to do anything with it before was because one side of the street was LA, the other side of the street was Culver City. It overlapped 2 supervisorial and 3 council districts. But what we had to do is we had to bring everybody together in order to tackle that. And I just want you to know there were 50 people in that encampment. There's 50 people housed today. And so I know that we can do many more things like that. And again, I look forward to working with you and figuring out how we build on this relationship, because we are interdependent with each other. Your success is the success of this city and all the other cities that you come from, and our success in terms of saving the lives of our people you are all a partner in that journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We certainly appreciate your activation. And this organization, this network is behind you and all the mayors. Everyone knows we have an unprecedented number of black mayors across the country, right? So, okay, let me stop. All right, so next up, the next voice you